So here's what probably happened. You're in the market to get into a used muscle car. And in America, you really only have three options. You have the Mustang GT, the Challenger RT, and the Camaro SS. Now, you don't want a Mustang GT, alright? You don't want this little 5.0 V8. You don't want to kill people every time you leave a car meet. You just don't want those problems. You also don't want a Challenger. This is a certified boat of a car. A boat that you can't even see out of, worse than the Camaro. On top of that, the RT doesn't even have 400 horsepower. You really need a Camaro SS with its LS3 V8 426 horsepower with the manual. You can't go wrong with its packaging, its size, its power. It's overall the best out of the big three American muscle cars. The one thing to realize is between the Camaro SS automatic and the Camaro SS manual, they had different engines. The automatic came with the L99 engine, which only had 400 horsepower, and the manual came with the LS3 shared with the Corvette, the C6 Corvette, and which had 426 horsepower. Today specifically, I'm going to be talking about the 5th gen Camaro. This was available between 2010 and 2015. So basically, the Camaro made a comeback debut in 2010 after being absent for I think like 8 years from the market. The last Camaro, the 4th gen Camaro, was the Catfish Camaro. It's the one, the F-body, the one that no one likes, right? So they had to come back swinging, and they did. They came back swinging hard with the 2010 Camaro. The thing is, you don't want a 2010 Camaro. You never want the first model year of any car, as I always say. Just stick to getting the model year after the first one and later. You're just going to avoid most of your problems. For example, the 2010 had battery cable issues. It also had interior quality issues, including like the gauges, the tach, and the speedo would sometimes fail intermittently. But you know, little things like this you just can avoid by just getting a newer car. In 2012, the interior of the Camaro SS was updated to include new materials, a new steering wheel. Also in 2012, the SS got a couple of minor tweaks. It got an upgraded FE4 suspension, which carries on throughout the rest of the model range. It came with new dampers, new stabilizer bars front and rear, and 20-inch wheels. 2012 was also the year the ZL1 package was introduced. The ZL1 package Camaro has an LSA engine, which is a 580 horsepower supercharged V8. 2013 saw the addition of the 1LE package. Now, in my personal opinion, this is the best package to get with your SS Camaro. You don't want to get a whole ZL1. It's going to be way too expensive. So if you get a Camaro with the 1LE package on top of being an SS, that is the best bang for your buck. The 1LE package changes the transmission to a TR6060, and you also get brake and suspension upgrades as well as a quicker steering rack. Also included is a trans cooler, larger sway bars, ZL1 end-link shock mounts, wheels, and a black hood. The 2014 model year introduced the first facelift of the 5th gen Camaro. This facelift included a smaller front-end grille and redesigned rear taillights. The non-RS models had bulbs for the taillights, but the RS models had LEDs. The thing is, for 2014 and 2015, if you got a ZL1 package Camaro with the supercharged 6.2, you'd actually get the old front fascia, the pre-facelifted front fascia, because the new front fascia is too narrow and doesn't provide enough cooling for the LSA. And in 2015, no real model changes were added, although it was the last model year of the 5th gen Camaro, so they did sell a lot of units, and many people do sought after the 2015. Hey you, yeah you, just go ahead and hit the like button on this video. It really helps me out. It helps me get my videos out to people who don't normally see them. Helps me spread my word, helps me spread my message about what to look for when shopping for cars. So just do that for me, thanks. Now in my opinion, you need to get a 2013 Camaro with the 1LE package, right? It's a 2013 SS with the 1LE package. This would be the best bang for your buck in terms of all the options you get for the price. However, the 1LE did come out in 2013, so it is going to be kind of rare to find a first model year of this package. But so basically on Facebook, we're going to look for 2012s and later with less than 70,000 miles for around 15, 16 grand, right? You're going to typically see a lot of 2010s and 2011s because those are the first model years and they're going to be going for real cheap. A lot of people say that these cars can reach over 100,000 miles with no real problems. So you have a lot of wiggle room in terms of your options when it comes to picking out the right Camaro for you. As I said, I suggest a 2012 or later with less than 70,000 miles. So this is going to be a little bit more than what we're looking for in terms of price, but here we have a 2013 1LE package. 2013 first year the 1LE package came out, but as you can see, the black hood comes with the ZL1 wheels. This one does have taillight tint, some mods. As you can see though, It is a base interior car with the cloth seats, but it is a manual with low miles. As I said, 1LE package. It comes with the shorter gears and all the performance parts. This wouldn't be too bad of a deal if you could probably knock about $2,000 off. If you get this in like the mid to low 18s, this 1LE package, Camaro SS, could be a good deal. Here we have a high mile example of a 2013. This doesn't look too bad, although it has very high miles, so you're really gonna have to know what you're getting into. It is a manual transmission, but again, it has the cloth seats. Not too many specs on this car. It's pretty base level. This would be a good car for someone who just wants a fast, cheap car. You got big V8 manual, the simple interior, but this is more of like a lightweight, nice track spec car. Some people want this car. There is definitely a market for these types of low spec, big engine cars. So even if you bought this car for 14 today and you put 20,000 miles on it, you probably could sell it for 14 in a year or two. With most of these GM cars, especially the late 2010s and after is what I mean, the quality goes way up in terms of how long the materials last, okay? These cars aren't nearly as bad as, say, a mid-2000s GM car. These materials in the 2013s especially and later, they're good materials. These will last for a long time. Even though this is a base spec car, not too much going on in the interior, you'll know that it'll stay clean and it'll look good for a good while. Here we have a low mile convertible. It is an automatic, so it's gonna have the L99. You don't really want the L99. It's more of a cruising type car. It's not as sporty. It's not as performance oriented as the LS3. That's why they only offered it with the automatic. But as you can see, there's the L99. This is a nice interior spec, two-tone on a 2014. So it's going to be definitely later model year with the updated interior. You're going to have nav. You're going to have the backup camera. You're really going to have all the options that you really need in a modern car. But again, as I said, I'm not really a big fan of rag tops. I like hard top convertibles. The Camaro, especially in red with the rag top, looks like a rental car. But yeah, I like this color combo with the red on tan, the red on two-tone interior. You know, I'm always gonna say that these more exotic looking interiors are gonna be more desirable. That's just a fact. It's not even my opinion. Rarer things are gonna be more desirable because there aren't as many of them. Not too bad of a car. The price is pretty good considering the miles. It is a convertible automatic, so that's where it's lacking in terms of value, but it is clean, has leather seats, has the nice interior packages. So you really can't go wrong. Moving on to Craigslist, because I really don't see any good deals. Most of the deals on here are going to be for first and second model years, 2010 to 2011s. We really don't want that because most of the updates that make the Camaro just an overall better car came in 2012 or later in terms of the interior and the packages that were offered. If you can get a 1LE package, that would be optimal. Going over to Craigslist, let's see what we have here. We got some early model years, 2011s, 2010s. Here we got a 2011. We'll just look at it. 111,000 miles, high mile, early model year convertible. So you know it's not going to have the LS3. It's going to have the L99. Doesn't look too bad, but again, not a fan of the convertibles. It does have leather seats, so it does have a good interior package. It has a 2SS package. The 2SS package is basically an SS Camaro, the 2LT package. You know, let's look at the supercharged Camaro. 23 grand for a 2012 Camaro supercharged, 65,000 miles. Supercharged, long tube headers, full exhaust, clean title, 23 grand. Now, for a 2012 with 65,000 miles, you really want to be paying around 15 to 16, right? But this does have a supercharger, it does have long tube headers and a full exhaust. Combine that all together, like 2 grand for the supercharger, a grand for long tube headers, exhaust. That's 3 or 4 grand, right? 23 is pretty fair asking price. I would say try to get it under 21 just because it is a modified car and you're not really going to get all the value from your modifications when you try to sell a car that you modify, right? You're going to lose value on those modifications. But this one is nice. It has a leather interior, supercharger, so you know it's fast. But again, it's always a risk when you're messing with modified cars. Look at this first one. It's 2011, so it's not going to be as equipped as the rest of them. But it does have the LS3 and a manual transmission and leather interior. The mods in this car aren't too bad. You have some aftermarket wheels, aftermarket air intake. So it could have some potential. It is on the expensive side for a 2011, but it only has 59,000 miles. If you get this probably around 15, that probably would be around what I would pay for this car. Around 15. But moving on to Auto Trader, because as you can see, there are no more deals on Craigslist. It's a failing website. They need to just get rid of the ad prices for cars and continue what they were doing a couple years ago, because this is pathetic. How I type in Camaro and get 6 results. Ridiculous. Moving on to Auto Trader. There's going to be some high mile examples on Auto Trader. Some high mile first year examples. You want to stay away from these. Not because a high mile Camaro is necessarily bad, but because you just want to get a car that you can use for a long time. These are daily cars, okay? These are meant to be driven a lot. You need to find one that's in good condition. Here we got 2015, last model year with 50,000 miles for $19,900. It does have the 1LE package as well. Very desirable spec right here. This would be something I definitely recommend going for. It's the latest model year, 1LE package, low miles, and a good price. Manual with the leather seats, okay? Has the nice interior. This would be something I definitely go for if it has a clean title. I'm assuming it does, as it says no accident reported. But again, this could be a good deal. You have a 2015 1LE package V8 manual with the nice interior with 50,000 miles for less than 20 grand. So this right here, yo, this right here is probably the best deal I've seen online so far for Camaros. This would be a perfect spec for me, black on black, murdered out, for a good price. If you could get this in the 18s, that would be a steal. Here we have another low mile, late model year, 2014, 41,000 miles, manual car. Let's see what the specs on this one is like. We got the white stripe, black with the white stripe. It does come with these sport bucket seats though. I'm not too sure as to what the option is called for those seats, or what those seats are called, but those are a little bit better than base seats. However, as you can tell, they are a little bit dirty. The car is a little bit dirty in general for 41,000 miles. But again, 2014 for 40,000 miles for under 20 grand. They're asking 19 for an SS manual. Good deals, good deals. Here we have a very low mile example, 2013. So it's not going to be facelifted, but it only has 37,000 miles, okay? Red car, although it is an automatic. It says it's a manual in the ad, but this is not an LS3, okay? This is the L99, the automatic engine. They don't even have any interior pics, so you know it's definitely automatic. Even though it says low miles, for an automatic L99, you really don't want to be paying 20 grand. The automatics are always going to fetch a lower price because the engine is just not, it doesn't have the same pedigree as the LS3, okay? It's just not the same. If they made the LS3 in the automatic, it'd be a different story. But because they changed it and use the L99, I do not recommend spending this much money, even if it's this low amount of miles, because it's just, you can just find better deals. In fact, you don't even want to really buy an L99 with this low miles for this price, because honestly, these engines last a long time. You can get one with twice the amount of miles. As we move out of our price range on Auto Trader, because most of these deals are going to be with the early model years, let's go to Car Gurus and see where the cheapest examples lie at. As you can see, we got the first examples under 10 grand. 2010 2SS Camaro with 160,000 miles for $98.50. Stay clear of these. I know I said these last forever, but when you're hitting 150,000 miles on a Camaro made in 2010 first model year, you're gonna run into a bunch of issues. Filtering out the cheapest options, because we're really looking for some good deals here. You don't want those cheap examples. I filtered it out for 2012 and later and 70,000 miles and under. So for our first example, we have a 2015 1SS, so it's gonna be the 1LT package. It's not gonna have as many options as a 2SS, but that just means that it's gonna be more drivers oriented. It's not gonna have as many distractions, not as many things to go wrong. A lot of people do like these base model V8 cars, okay? You got the big engine, but everything else you don't really care about, right? That's kind of what some people go for these. They want something that's bare bones. So this would be a good deal for that. 18.9 for 2015 with 62,000 miles. 18.9 is pretty good. It is a manual. Again, I said it is the 1SS package, so you're not gonna have as many options or nice materials inside, but that can be a good thing if you don't really care about the car interior. You just want it to go fast for the cheapest price. This is something you could definitely do. 18.9 is a little high though if you're getting no options such as in the 1SS, so I do suggest getting this down to probably in the high 16s, low 17s. Here we have a nice spec, red with gold stripes looking like Iron Man. Okay guys, I lied. You do not want this spec car, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I thought I was feeling this red, but this Iron Man looking stripe pattern is not meshing well with me, okay? Second of all, they said it was a manual. It's definitely an automatic, as you can see by the automatic gear shift and the L99 engine, which I showed right here. Again, these people will always try to sell a car as a manual online just to get people to look at the ads. Stop doing this. You're just making it frustrating for people trying to buy your car, and everyone looking at your ad isn't going to want to buy it, okay? Don't say it's a manual unless it's a manual. Even if it's a DCT, even if it's a single clutch, it's not a manual. Manual means manually switching gears, no computers. It's ridiculous. But again, it says 450 horsepower. It definitely does not have 450 horsepower. Unless they think that this air intake gave them a bump of that much. Cheap mods, as you can see, they have some brake caliper covers. These are the most disgusting things you could ever put on your car. Just paint the calipers, y'all. Just paint the calipers. You don't need to put these dumb looking, fat, blocky brake calipers on. Everybody who's anybody can look at the brakes and tell that you put covers on. I don't know who you fooling. Like a little kid, a grandma. I wouldn't get near this one just because I don't like the spec. I don't like how the owner treated this car. They didn't really understand cars, in my opinion. But as you can see, Car Gurus gets out of the price range pretty fast. So let's go over to eBay Motors. Let's see what we got on here. What bids? We surprisingly got some pretty good looking deals on eBay Motors. I do see a lot of cars starting off in the teens. All right, looking at this 2013 2SS Camaro, has some ugly wheels. I'm one of those people that if your wheels aren't silver, chrome, black, gunmetal, or gold, they're ugly, okay? Red wheels, these look so tacky, especially because they're like red and black. Disgusting. Silly aftermarket headlights, badgeless grille, ugly wheels. Interior's okay. I do like this red two-tone, but as you can see, it has some wear. Not a badly spec'd car aside from the wheels. I'd bid on this car up to probably about 14 grand. They say 15.6. How many miles does it have? 61,000 miles. Pretty low miles. Could definitely be an option. But that's really it, y'all. I can't really find that many deals on eBay Motors, which is pretty typical. I thought I was gonna be able to find some more, but those weren't even V8 models. As I said, when you're looking for your Camaro, you want to make sure you get a 2012 or later if you want the bare essentials in terms of updates. In 2013 they had the most in terms of technological updates, but 2012 did see some material upgrades for the interior. 2013 is when the new MyLink system was introduced, standard backup camera, all the good stuff. So if you get a 2013 or later with the 1LE package, you can get one with the shorter gear ratio so you can accelerate faster. You can get one with the trans cooler and all the ZL1 aftermarket suspension components. You want to look for a 2013 or later ZL1 package if you want to get the best bang for your buck. Common problems for these carry over with all LS3 motors. The LS3 motor is a very stout engine. You're just gonna have to do routine maintenance on these things. The engines aren't gonna be the point of failure on these cars. It's gonna be the interior quality. It's gonna be suspension components, okay? It's gonna be other stuff. The LS3, especially if you're getting a manual, has been proven. The L99, a little bit less so, but because it's an automatic connected to a torque converter, you're not gonna put that much stress on it when compared to using a manual transmission. But that's really it, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what car you think I should do next, and y'all have a good one.